Hey everybody, Real Estate Queen here from Middle Tennessee. Wanted to share with you my day yesterday. It was really interesting. I went down to Jackson. I think I'd shared it in another video and I don't know if I've posted it or not. I'm still new at all this posting stuff. But anyway, went to Jackson yesterday to go look at a flip property, a potential one. And we didn't take it because they got a tenant in it. It was going to take too long. I'm not going to go into all of that. But that was one of the biggest reasons why I didn't. And yesterday, I learned something new about myself that I really wasn't aware of. I was a little afraid of tackling structural foundation issues until yesterday. And let me explain to you why. The why they're not scary is because you're walking in and knowing. I think if you go in and you don't know and then you find it, that's when everybody freaks out. But if you're walking into it and you know it, and you know what your numbers are going to be to repair, I don't see that it's a problem. I know it's a lot of work and I know it's a lot of money, but if you're taking these houses that are anywhere from built in 1915 to 1945, guarantee it's going to need some foundation work. The one that we went to yesterday, I'll just tell you right off, it had floor joist problems everywhere. It had wall problems even. I think the walls were buckling in and it was because of the roof. They just didn't need just shingles. The whole dang thing needed to be replaced, and they were already doing minor repairs internally. They never even fixed the dang roof. They were just making sure that nothing was coming back in, the landlord. So anyway, knowing what I'm facing in Jackson, I just learned yesterday, just accept it, throw that money into your budget, see if the numbers work, and move on, because yes, that's going to take a little bit of extra time, obviously, because it's foundation structural. And, we've got to make sure all of that works, because that's one of my main things when I throw a project out on the market. I want to sell it as if my kid was going to move into it. So it's structural. It's a good investment, sound investment, and a great neighborhood, or at least I know what's going on in that neighborhood. I think that that's super important when you're reselling a flip, is to know your area really well, to let your buyers know. So here I am letting you know the lay of the land from an investment standpoint, but Jackson, Tennessee is ripe for the picking. And if you have the ability, or you're down in that area and you'd like to get involved in it, holler at me. You just never know what's going to come up and what the numbers say and what the project is. I'm not really looking for a partner, but at the same time, I'm not opposed to it either. And I hope as you as an investor kind of in that same boat of, I can do it by myself, but hey, if a partnership thing comes up, why not? If it looks good and it's going to work, why not? So I'm kind of in that frame of mind too. But for right now, my goal, I know it sounds really, really small, but that's okay. It's what I feel comfortable doing. And that is, I've committed to 6 flips this year. If I can do more, I'm going to do more, obviously. But I'd like to do a minimum of 6 this year. And I know I can pull that off. I've done multiples at one time. And as difficult and time consuming as that is, it's big paydays, obviously. And in real estate right now, things have kind of cooled off a little bit. Only for the simple fact of rates, number one, and what the what the prices are here. That's holding back some buyers, but that's just in this area. I move into another one where the growth is phenomenal. Like I said, we're talking maybe Columbia about 5 years ago when it comes to the prices, the small town feel, but yet has big industry local. So the jobs are good. Affordability is still there, even with gas and food and utility costs going, just skyrocketing. If you've got a reasonable mortgage, those things are a little bit easier to absorb, is what I'm getting at. But when you get into a mortgage and you become house poor, I just don't know what you do at that point. I just don't know. And I'm starting to hear buyer's remorse a little bit from Spring Hill to Franklin. I'm not hearing it out of Columbia because I think, for the growth, we needed to have our prices kind of increase because we were on the low side. And I think Jackson's in the same boat. Give them another year or 2, maybe even 3, but I'm suspecting 2 for the growth to happen down there for investments. and revitalizing some of these really distressed neighborhoods. I mean, when I went out there, guys, yesterday, we were going down whole streets, which were over a mile long, which to me is great. That's a long street, lots of opportunity. You know, I was like, I want to do this street and that street. Like I said, lofty dreams, but it's just so many opportunities down there. There's so much distress. And like I said, if you can pick it up cheap, really cheap, the numbers, they're there. I don't know how else to say it. Because that one yesterday, if we could have gotten in and out in about 8 weeks, maybe 9, if I had everybody hustling on a crew with bonus structures put into place. So if you're a subcontractor listening to this, get a hold of me. Because I do some really special things when I'm in partnership. So yeah, get a hold of me if you're in the area and you definitely want to do some investments, or you wanted to see whatever my crumbs are that I'm passing by, because like I said, I know how to run the numbers just like everybody else. And I just wish I had deeper pockets so that I could have a better payday at the end of the day. But I'm going to get there. And I'm so grateful that I have a wonderful, wonderful partner, which is my husband. He's wonderful. And he's so excited about doing some of this stuff too, because he was in on those 3 flips with me in 2020 and 2021. And he had never seen me do flipping before. That was his first time to ever see that. And of course, he's a musician. So I've gotten to see him perform over the years, but he's never seen me other than just these. And we made really good money those years, even considering everything that was going on. We weren't caught up in the frenzy. My houses didn't get caught up in that because we were caught up in COVID, and that really stunk. So I know if I had put those houses on the market about a year ago, so in 2022, this is no lie, I would have made another $100,000. That is so, I'm telling you, that's the truth. That is the truth. That same house I sold for $157,000 today is bringing $215,000. And it brought $215,000 about 6 months after I sold it. So I'm just saying, timing is everything when it comes to investing. But nobody knew what was going to happen when COVID started dying down and vaccines started and people started coming out of their homes again a little bit. I'm telling you what, with all of that, I've heard many Californians say, that's why we left. It was insane what the governor was doing and the government and just a lot of things. And of course, you know, Governor Bill Lee is trying to push us to get back to work, get back to school. And a lot of us were, you know, right in the money with him on that. But some other states weren't. And luckily down here, because of how our state handled COVID, we were still able to operate. I mean, my community, you know, was very, very limited when I'm doing a flip. So we were really isolated away. And I'm very grateful I had that project. Very grateful. Helped me get through some of the insanity that was going on in 2021. Well, 2020 and 2021. So I was just very, very grateful to have those projects going on at that time. And like I said, I made good money. I'm not saying I didn't, but had I waited a year, oh my gosh, another $100,000, really? And this house was 2-1, 900 square foot. I mean, they're getting them right now anywhere from $210 to $250 right now. And these are on postage stamps. Now they're in town. They're on streets where, you know, you can't spit on your neighbor, but, you know, you can definitely, you know, get right there to them. I mean, they're just right there. But that's how some of those streets are, that it's just, like I said, a few years ago, I was able to pick up houses over there for under $80,000, and now I can't touch them for under $200, especially if they've already been, you know, loved on a little bit. So that's kind of what's going on in our area down here. Inventory still stinks. Like I said, we'd love to have you. Want you. We definitely want you in our community. I just know that a lot of people down here are not wanting to wait on the market to shift. They're just going ahead and buying land and building. And I think that's another really good game plan if that's where you want to be with you and your family. And like I told you earlier, Columbia is a great little town for families. So with saying all of these things, I guess what I'm getting down to is just that this is a really fun market to play in as an investor, because I'm still seeing some deals coming out of Nashville. I just don't have big pockets like that, and I don't want to take on a partner. Nashville, things are sitting on the market a little bit longer than they were a couple months ago. And that's concerning as an investor. You want to make sure that you've got your properties always buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. And with some of these deals, that's what I'm having to, take into account. So anyway, thanks for watching this channel. I don't know if you got anything out of it or not, but if you are moving to the area and you need somebody that knows Nashville and Middle Tennessee, I've been here almost my whole life and run several businesses, very successful actually. So like I said, if you're an investor, get a hold of me. Let me see what I can do to help you out. Y'all have a great day.